Welcome to Enablemypractice, brought to you by EnableDoc. To access our system, go to enabledoc.net. First, start by entering your username. Next, enter your password. If you're not sure your password is being typed correctly, click at the bottom of your screen, Show Password. By checking this box, the password will then appear on this field. When you press Enter, it will then show you your account name and your group that you're logging in as for permission. Click Login. Will log you in. The first screen that will show is your provider dashboard. Keep in mind, over on the left is your main menu. Your provider dashboard shows you open tasks, in progress notes, these are notes that have not been signed, and your appointments. It defaults to today, but if I want to access, say, others for, say, last week, that maybe I have not checked in, I can select last week. If I select all and select the date range, it will then show me the date range. Once you see the client's name appear, simply click on the client's name. It will ask you to check the patient in if they're not already checked in. And this will open the note and check the patient in. Any previous information that was stored in templates will be pulled forward. As you can see, I had information pulled forward. If I want to type, I can then type. I then move to the objective section. Note, this is a word processor. I can then, again, type. Same thing with the assessment. When I get the diagnosis, if there was a prior diagnosis already entered, it will display. If I want to add a diagnosis, I simply click Open. I then go to the yellow search box, and I can type text. So for anxiety, I can type anxiety, or I can type, and yes, we do use decimals. When I see the one I want, I just click on the name, and it selects it. I then can add additional information if I want to. For example, if this is the primary, I check primary. When I'm done, I click Saved, and it saves. If I need to change one, I can either edit it, click Edit right here, or I can delete it, and I can then go and select another. If the problem is resolved, it's always a good idea to edit it and check Resolved. When I'm done, click Close. Now, you'll see my two diagnoses are there. I then go to the plan section. The key here is to enter the amount of time spent and then select the appropriate code for what you plan to bill on. If this is a no-show appointment, you can click no-show. Okay. If you do want to communicate any other information to Michelle, you can type the time spent and add additional information. This box of information does show up on the super bill so that Michelle can see it. Also, if you check any of these codes, and save it, it will save that code for Michelle so that she can update it. At this point, you can click Save or Save and Close, or you can skip to another section and work on another section. Then, when you're done, click Save and Close. At this point, I now can sign the note. The sign button is at the top of the screen, right here. This is different than this sign button. This sign button is for additional signatures. So for example, if you're supervising, the therapist can sign it, and then the supervising therapist can sign the note. I'm going to sign the note because this one at the top will put the signature at the bottom of the note, and it will also lock the note to indicate that it's been signed and remove it from my in progress list. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to sign the note. And the note is signed and locked. And at this point, you can see everything on the left is red that I had been working on. And the note is now locked. But I can always come back here and open or review this note. To access notes that you do want to review, click on the provider dashboard again, or you can go, once you've accessed the provider dashboard, at the top here, you can select the patient's name. When I do this, I see test patient 2, that's the patient I was working on. And this brings me to the patient center. This was the note that I just worked on, that I saved and signed. And I can review these notes. And then my print option here gives me options to print one note or all the notes. Thank you very much.